Welcome for this lecture about the fourth chapter of the book of Genesis in Coptic, in Baha'i Coptic. I remind you again, like every time, that I base my reading and my explanations on the Baha'i text of the Old Testament and the English translation that you can read on the right side is an English translation of the Septuaginta, which is the Greek version, the Orthodox Greek version of the Bible. And this English version is not the direct translation of the Coptic, but the Coptic itself is based on the Greek, so that this English translation is very useful as a basis to understand and to translate the Coptic texts. So let's start this chapter 4. Adam de afsuen Eva tefeshimi owo etaservoki asmisi en Cain. Owo pegas je ayekfo en uromi everchiten efnuti. Verse 1. Then Adam knew, literally it's the biblical expression, knew Eve, his wife, and she brought forth, she generated, and she conceived, and she brought forth Cain. And she said, I have acquired, I have gained, also I have generated. Ayekfo, I have generated. And uromi, a man, a human or a man. Evel hiten ifnuti, by God, through God. By the hand of, literally by the hand of God, or by the help of God, or by God, through God. Verse 2. Owo as wahtot asmisi empefson Abel. Owo afshopi enje Abel enumane sou ente hane sou. Cain ze naferhob e epkahipe. And she bore again, or literally she continued to bear, to generate, to bring forth his brother Abel. And Abel became a shepherd of sheep, a keeper of sheep. But Cain was working, Naferhob was working Epkahi, the earth. Verse 3. Owo afshopi menensahanehou afini enje Cain evel chen niutah ente Epkahi and hanshusho ushi emep choice. And it became, or it happened that it happened after menensahanehou, after some days, afini enje Cain evol chen niutah. Cain brought from the fruits, the productions, the fruits of the earth, and hanshushoshi and of choice, some sacrifices to the Lord. Verse 4. Owo Abel hof afini evol chen ni shamisi ente nefesou nem evol chen nuot owo afgusht enje efnuti ejen Abel nemejen neftayo. And Abel also brought from the firstborns of his sheep and from their fat, their fat parts, and he and God, efnuti of Gusht, God looked upon Abel and upon his offerings of his gifts. Verse 5. Ejen Cain ze nem ejen nefshusha ushi empefti exif owo afti emka hen hit en Cain emasho owo pefro shobt. But upon Cain and upon his sacrifices implied God empefti exif, he didn't pay attention. He didn't pay attention upon Cain and upon his sacrifices. God didn't pay attention, didn't regard, and he grieved. He made sorrowful Cain. He gave sorrow to Cain very much, and his face, the face of Cain, changed or was alterated, shocked. Verse 6. Owo peje ep choice ef nuti en Cain je SVU a pefho shobt. Owo SVU a pekho shobt. I will translate literally, but to be very clear on the text and not to change the text from my mind or from my opinion. And God said, the Lord God said to Cain, why did his face change, or why was his face alterated, and why, for what reason your face changed, and why your face was alterated. Verse 7. Eshop akshan ini echun exuton en tekestem fosh de exuton akernovi heri emmok pef jintasto efeshopi harok obo enthok ekeshopi higof. If you brought inside, if you brought exuton being rightly, and tekestem fosh, but so that you didn't divide or you don't divide rightly, akernovi, you have sinned, you committed sin. Heri emmok, be still, calm yourself down. Pevjintasto efeshopi harok, his return, his coming back, his return will come to you. Obo enthok ekeshopi higof, and you will be over him, upon him, or over him, upon him. Literally. Verse 8. Owo peje Cain uve Abel pefson je maron shaet koi. Owo as shopi evki chenet koi afton fen je Cain e jen Abel pefson owo afrosvef. And Cain said to his brother Abel, let us go to or unto the field or the countryside, the fields. Owo ashopi, and it happened. That when they were evki chenetkoi, when they were in the countryside, in the fields, afton fenje Cain rose up against Abel, his son, and he killed him. He slew him. Verse 9. Owo peje epchois efnuti en Cain je afthon Abel pekson en sof de pegavje enti emi an mi anok purit empason. And the Lord God said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? where is Abel your brother? Answered Pegaf, but he answered, I don't know. I don't know. Am I the keeper of my brother? Verse 10. Owo peje epchoi sefnuti je upetak aif et esmi empesnof empekson osh ehri haroi evolchen epkahi. And the Lord God said, what did you do? Upetak aif. What did you do? Et esmi empesnof empekson osh. The voice or the sound, the voice of the blood of your brother is crying to me or unto me, till me, from the ground, from the earth, or from the ground, out of the ground, out of the earth. Verse 11. Owo tinu ekes hovort en sok e volha epkahi fietaf uon en rof et chi empesnof empekson e volchen negjig. And now you are cursed. You are cursed. You really are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive the blood of your brother from your hands. Verse 12. Je akelhob epkahi owo en nefwartotf eti en tevgomnak ekeshopi ekefyahom owo ekestelter hijen epkahi. Because you worked the earth, and it will not continue to give its power, to give its strength to you, and you will become literally you will become groaning, whispering, groaning, and you will be trembling. You will be trembling over on the earth, upon the earth. Verse 13. Wo peje Cain uve epchoi sefnutije panovi unishtipe e kafni evol. And Cain said to the Lord God, my sin is great, so to be forgiven. So we can translate, my sin is too big to be forgiven, maybe. But literally, my sin is big to be forgiven. Verse 14. Izje eknahit emfou evolha epho empikahi, owo eyekop evolha pekho, owo eyeshopi eifyahom, owo eyestelter hijen epkahi, owo eseshopi, owo niven esnajemt evechosvet. If you reject me today from the face of the earth, and I will hide myself, I will hide from your face, and I will be groaning and trembling upon the earth, and it will happen that everybody who would find me, esnajemt, who would find me, evechosvet, will kill me. Verse 15. Owo peje epchois nav je empairiti an, owo niven esnachoteb en Cain, shashf en emshish, efevolu evol, owo a epchois efnuti, ka umini en Cain, eshtem esru chosvef, en je owo niven esnajemf. And the Lord said to him, not so, not this way. It will literally, we can translate, it will not be so, it will not be this way. Everybody who would kill Cain anyone, everybody, or anyone who will slay or kill Cain, literally 7, and revenge, 7 revenge, nemesis, 7 revenge. He will dissolute, he will resolve, he will 7 revenges he will pass. 7 revenges he will pass. And the Lord God set a sign or mark on Cain, so that even everybody, anyone who would find him shall not kill him, will not be able to kill him. Verse 16. Afize en Cain evolha epoem efnuti o afshopi chen epkahi en naid empemso en edem. And then Cain went out forth from the face of God, and he came in the earth, the land of Naid, in front of Edom. Verse 17. Ovo afsu en tefesimi en Cain, ovo aitaservoki asmisi en enos, ovo nafkot en uvaki pe, ovo afti em efran en tivaki efran en pefshiri enos. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, she brought forth Enos in Coptic, and he was building a city, and he called the city from the name of his son Enos. Verse 18. Enos de afekfe gaidad, ovo gaidad afekfe meuya, ovo meuya afekfe Mathusala, ovo Mathusala afekfe Lamek. And then there is a genealogy. So Enos bore or generated Gaidad, and Gaidad generated Meuya, and Meuya generated Mathusala, and Methuselah generated Lamech. Verse 19. Ovo Alamech chi nafeneshimi esnuti Efran en owi emu pe Ada, ovo Efran en timahisnuti pe Sella. And Lamech took for him a wife, 2 wives. The name of the first one was. The name of one of them was Ada, and the name of the second one was Sella. Verse 20. Ovo al Ada afsekfe Yobel faipe efiot ni etshop chen haneskini ente nishan estevni. And Ada generated, begot, conceived Yobel. This one is the father of those who dwell in tents, the tents of the people feeding cattle, shanesh tebni, feeding cattle. Verse 21. Ovo Efran empefson pe Yobal, faipe fietaf samio enu epsabtirion nemukisara. And the name of his brother was Yobal. This one is the one who created the psaltery, and the harp. Verse 22. Sella de hos asmisi en Yobel en Sobel. Ovo ne uref hiowi en pasir pe. U besnit en teohamt nem u venipi et soni en Sobel pe Noema. Sella also bore Sobel, and he was a smith. literally Sobel, and he is the one or one of the blowing with hammer and smith of brass and iron. The smith of brass and iron. Uhomt nem uvenipi. And Sobel pe Noema, and the sister of Sobel was Noema, or is Noema. Verse 23. PG Lamek de en Hiomi, Ada nem Sela, je sotem eta ismi ni Hiomi, en Telamek, chi esmi, en asaji je uromi ay Chosvef, e uerchot ni, owo u Chelshiri e u Lelekimi ni. But and then Lamech said to his wives, Ada nem Sela and Sela, listen to my voice, hear my voice, listen to my voice, wives of Lamech, and listen to the words of to my words, because or literally column, a man, I killed him, I slew him into an injury for me, to me, and understated, I killed a young man, a youth, a young man, eulelekimi ni, to a wound, hurt, wound, an injury to me. So it's a double statement, like a double statement. Verse 24. Jechen Cain afvel shashf en emshish, evolchen lamek de shashf en eshve. Because, or it can also in Coptic be the beginning, the J is the beginning of a reported speech. So he said also, Lamech said also, or it can also mean because we don't know, it can be both. Because, or he said also. In Cain, they, or it Cain, 7 revenges have been passed from Lamech, but from Lamech 77. Verse 25. Adam de afsuen eva tefisimi owo et aservoki asmisi enushiri owo astiren pefran je 6. Esgo emos je a efnuditunos ke egrogni e efma en abel et akain chosvef. Then Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she begot, she conceived, she brought forth, she bore a son, and she called the name of this son, Seth, saying, God raised up another seed to me, from me, instead of Abel, whom Cain slew, who Cain killed. Verse 26. And sis a ushiri shopinaf aftiren pefran je enos fai afer helpis e tobe e mefran e mepchois e fnuti. And this son happened to him, and he called the name of he called him by the name of Enos. This one he was hoping. This one hoped to implore, to call, to implore, to pray, to invoke the name of the Lord God. Amin.